Males of Reddit. How would you feel if a girl gave you a flower? Awfully sweet. I think I'd really like that. It would be one of those things that I think about years later to cheer myself up if I'm ever feeling upset. I don't know about flowers. But at an old restaurant job I had one of the waitresses I was homies with got me a pineapple. Because I talked about how much I love pineapples the whole time I was there. I felt very loved. I took it home, cut it up, and ate the whole thing. Then I googled how much sugar was in a pineapple. Confusion first. Being happy second. Saying thank you third. I'd either be super happy or think it's a prank. I remember back in high school. I got a rose for Valentine's Day on my desk in homeroom. I immediately thought someone was just messing with me and chucked it into the trash. Looking back on it, I was just being an idiot and paranoid somebody was just messing with me. In 7th grade I was overweight, nerdy, and super aware of my status as a result. This popular girl I had a crush on was BFFs with this gay dude. Didn't come out till grade 11, but we knew who one day approaches me and said she wanted me to give you this. It was a note that said I like you. Do you like me, with options to circle yes/no/maybe. This was the first time anything like this had happened to me. So in my anxiety I suspected foul play. So I threw it away. A couple days later he comes to me and says, oh hey BTW, I was mad at her so I wanted to embarrass her, and just walks away. Bullet dodged. But beep that guy for compounding and confirming my niceness paranoia. Edit. Just remembered the note said give me a hug after school if you like me. That's how he wanted to embarrass her. Nerdy fat kid hugs. Jokes on them. Before I got in shape I dated a couple very cool and attractive women who were into husky dudes. I would just be glad they came to my funeral. I'd be on guard. Probably a prank. Latching onto this comment to tell this story. When I was in college I was in a long-distance relationship. One day my girlfriend called me and said, hey, I have a question for you. Her best friend's name needs a guy's perspective. She wanted to get her boyfriend a present and was thinking he might really like it if she sent him flowers to his house. Now I knew the boyfriend a little bit from when all of us had hung out, and from what I knew of him this was a horrible idea. He was very much a dude. Worked as a mechanic. Dressed like Fred Durst. It was over 15 years ago. But still. Talked about nothing but dirt bikes and articles he schemed in Maxim magazine. So trying to be helpful I said, oh no. Tell her that's a horrible idea. He doesn't want flowers. Send him a pizza or something he actually would enjoy. Flowers are a terrible gift for him. She's just getting him something she would want. She should think about what he would want. Like maybe a new video game or something. Plus the guys he lives with will clown him for weeks after they see the flowers. I think it's a waste of money and a terrible idea. My girlfriend said, oh, thanks. And we said our goodbyes and I went about my day feeling like I had helped out. Until about an hour later. When there was a knock on the door. It was the flowers my girlfriend had sent me. Really beautiful bouquet. I loved them, although my roommates did clown me. It was pretty easy to shut them down with a yeah, they're a gift from my extremely hot girlfriend. How are your bagel bites, Andy? But of course when I called my girlfriend to thank her she refused to believe me that my advice was different for her friend's BF than it would be for me. I felt really bad. But at the same time, don't lie to me. Or at least do the thing before you send the flowers. Anyway, she got over it and we broke up a year later for unrelated reasons. That would make my year. Would make my decade. It would make my entire life, sadly. Back when I worked as a pizza delivery person, I had just gotten off a long shift in the dark months of the year. And had stepped out into the parking lot. Which was a rather dark and eerie place at night. I was super out of it. Feeling coated in dish grease and general grossness and just ready to get out of uniform when this little girl runs up and thrusts out her hand at me. She reveals this little origami flower. Beautifully folded. I made this. She said with all the pride in the world. To be honest, I was so tired and confused that all I could do was blink at it and try to figure out what the heck was going on. I glanced back and saw her parents waiting by their car. I told her the flower was beautiful and really well folded. She smiled and handed it to me and walked away. I asked her if she wanted it back and she said no. It was for me. Yeah, so it's been like 3 years and that thing is still hanging out in my car. It's been squished and mangled, but to this day it makes me smile. I would pull the classic Mosby. Say I think I'm in love with you and see how it goes. Undefined. Any effort goes a long way on me. I tear up easy, so I'd probably be a bubbling mess saying thanks over and over. I get the feeling I'd make it my mission to keep that flower alive. Maybe I'd figure out if I can plant it. Grow a little flower bed in my yard. I don't know if that's an overreaction. But I don't receive a lot gestures like that. It'd be a big deal to me. It wouldn't technically be keeping it alive. But you could look up local craftspeople and get someone to set it in resin for you. Then you'd be able to keep it looking as beautiful as the day you got it for a very long time. I'd be incredibly delighted. A girl that I had a crush on, I learned long after that she felt the same at the time, gave me a really nice daisy once. I thought it was nice but didn't know what to do with it. I didn't want to make her feel bad, so I put it behind my ear. Apparently just me not knowing what to do with it was enough for her to get sad about it, and I felt so bad I didn't talk to her much for a while, and that's the story of the one that got away, lol. Eat it? Had a friend in high school who refused to give his GF roses after she ate the first bouquet he gave her. Like, literally ate them. I know they are not poisonous. But WTF. My wife's friend gave me some flowers for my birthday. I almost started crying. I don't know. Just a simple act to show someone you care. They sit on my desk now and smell very nice. A female friend of mine gave me a dozen roses as a thank you for helping her in class. When the roses dried out, I put them in a mason jar. 12 years later, the dried out roses in the jar sit on my nightstand, and the friend is now my wife. I was given a rose by a girl before. I felt awkward. But only because I had gotten her a rose to Valentine's Day, but I also had gotten her a box of chocolates. So, I win? At first feel like something is odd and off. And be suspicious like someone wants to prank me. Later probably would feel like the best day this year. My fiancé gives me flowers all the time after I said no one ever gave me flowers. I would be honored. My dad shed a tear. And then asked if we could plant it. And then we got into an argument about the best kind of soil to plant it in and who would be responsible for watering it regularly. I would really enjoy a single flower sort of thing. I would not enjoy a bouquet. I've seen enough assassin movies to know what a single flow means. I duck the arrow meant for my head and prepare for the next attack. I'd stand there not knowing what to do with them. I'd give them back, and while I Google it, cut off the tips of the stems at an angle, then stick them in some water. Use a vase if you've got one, but otherwise opt for a drinking glass or a mug. Adjust the length of the stems as needed to make sure the blooms are shown off and don't just sit there at an awkward height. I am gonna have a panic attack. I once picked my boyfriend flowers. Gave them to him and he asked, "Who are these for?" I said, "You." He said, "No, they're not." And just kinda walked away. Confused. What do I do with it? Do I have to water it? Wear it? Can I say thanks? And throw it out? Or I need to carry it with me? What am I going to do with the flower? Smoke it? These answers are, I guess thanks guys for being honest. Like a goddamn king. If it was my GF, I'd blush a lot and feel really good. If I were single and it was a random girl, I'd blush a lot and feel really good. Basically, it would feel awesome to be validated as someone worth loving. Flowers are fine, but a girl once left a pan of brownies on my car's hood as I left work, so I guess what I'm saying is maybe brownies are the flowers of the male world, and it would be great if we could make this a thing. I once spent a little over 2 hours picking, cutting, and arranging a bouquet of wildflowers for my now ex-girlfriend. She couldn't have cared less about them. Absolutely crushed my heart, so flowers are a bit of a sore spot for me. Kind of an unrelated story, I know. Either way, I would be overjoyed to get some flowers from someone I care about. Little things mean a lot to me. Genuinely. If it was given to me by my partner in a serious way, no pranks etc., I'd probably cry. Then press the flowers to keep it forever. I love it. My wife buys me flowers a few times a year and I find it very sweet. She isn't the flower type, but I am, I guess. My ex bought me a dozen roses once. Honestly, I was so moved I teared up. To this day, it's the sweetest gift I've received from a girlfriend. It's a shame it didn't work out between us, but we remain friends and she will always hold a special place in my heart. Be confused and think it a prank, but I'd be polite and say thanks in case it wasn't. This actually happened to me. My girlfriend gave me a flower on Valentine's Day. I was getting her a few too, but didn't expect her to get anything for me. When I received, my heart melted. My current girlfriend surprised me with a rose the first time we saw each other after a period of online dating for our first real date. I was overjoyed and took that rose with me everywhere that weekend. Still have it at home preserved. Now almost a year later, she's moving in with me, uprooting her life for a 600 kilometers move to be together. All I can say is that a girl that gives you flowers is a keeper, and I'm planning on keeping this one. Honored. I didn't have a favorite flower, but now I do. I'd be confused. If it was genuine, I'd be happy that someone gave me a gift. I would wake up beeping awesome. I love flowers. Roses are so beautiful. A lovely woman in Kunming approached me while I was writing something down and gave me a flower she'd picked from the hill we were on. She said, "Welcome to China." And I still have it today. I think no matter the gender, random acts of kindness are appreciated. Pretty. I'd feel pretty. As a girl, it's now clear to me that I should get some flowers for my BF. I would definitely feel flattered and valued, and be subsequently pissed at the prank that is inevitable. In my high school graduation, my mom's friend declared herself my godmother and gave me some flowers. NGL, it was felt pretty nice. They were cute flowers. Probably think it's a prank or something. I would love flowers, especially if they're beautiful and smell nice and come from a close friend or even lover. I probably would never forget about it, tbh. I would give it back because girls are annoying. When me and my man were staying together, I worked nights and he worked days. On my way home, I would stop and get him a coffee before work. He loved it. I think men in general like act of affection. They don't really get enough. All these women want so much without even thinking twice about doing things for men. This would require me to leave my apartment, so it won't happen, unfortunately. But I'd be pretty happy. I've never gotten flowers. Depends on who it is. If it's from someone that's not my wife, friends, or family, then I'd be confused. Probably a little nervous that my wife would wonder why another woman is giving me a flower. If it were any of the ones above, I would appreciate it and cherish it until it's dead. I love to grow flowers and one of my male coworkers has twins. We're both around 30 at the time. I gave him and wife a bouquet from my garden to celebrate it and he loved. I also posted the bouquet on Reddit and a few people had ugly remarks that it wasn't appropriate for me to be doing that. I don't see any wrong. I'd say thank you and cherish it. I got a flower once when I was 16 and I put it away and I still have it 10 years later. I don't imagine it'll happen again though. I'd kind of love it. I haven't programmed that path yet. Confused. Maybe / probably think it's a prank. If I was with somebody and it was from them. Probably confused then happy. I usually get shirts. They're usually nice shirts. Flattered. I guess. I'd probably say thank you and then give the flower to my wife. Joking aside. It would be kind of weird if she knew me well. Nothing would indicate I'm a flower kind of guy. If she didn't know me at all. I guess I could feign appreciation for the flower. Or maybe genuine appreciation for the gesture. If not for that actual object. I've bought my current BF flowers. Most of my exes I'd never have done that for. Depends on the guy honestly. Wake up. Realizing it was just a dream. I would love it, why would I not? Beep, I'd love it if any genderx gave me a flower. I would short circuit. Fall over. And die of confusion. No. Thanks. Let's not bother to think of that which will not happen. My wife gives me little things a lot. Not flowers but just little things I'd like from the grocery store or somewhere but that I'd never think of myself. Flowers she wouldn't do because she knows I don't understand their appeal to women since the die later. But I buy them for her because women love flowers so I don't have to understand why. I was ecstatic. As soon as I saw the message my stomach was full of butterflies. I love flowers and it was the perfect gift. I gave my husband flowers every year for our wedding anniversary. He would dry them after they started to wilt to be able to keep them on his desk at work. I would rather have a guy give me a flower. I'm gay. I'd be mad cause I would feel like I need to take care of it now. Good try, FBI.